Alright, so today I was going to cast a game that I did yesterday with a friend of mine, JD Gray. He's actually a friend I've known since high school. He's the one that got me into the game. And he finally has been able to get Definitive Edition and play together. Um, we'll go a little faster through this initial thing. So the key part to my strategy here is on Black Forest, I will wall up, but if he hasn't started walling yet, I'll just sneak a villager through, and I'll sneak it into part of his base that she won't be found. So unfortunately, I thought this part was open, so I assumed that if I snuck a villager here and built a few things, I could stream units in through here. I didn't realize there was a thin piece of wood line there. We're just signaling to each other. This is another area that needs to be walled off. Looks like we have 3 choke points here, so... Anyway, so like I said, if they're not going to wall up, I'll just sneak a villager through and then build stables in Castle Age. Meanwhile, I'm continuing with a normal build order, though slightly delayed because I've had these 2 initial villagers out here either building or being idle. This one I'm sacrificing as an idle villager through all of Dark and Feudal Age, so that does set my economy back a little bit, but in the end it's worth it if I can surprise him. So let's see how Josh is doing. He's walled off. So this is interesting. I don't understand how people play Black Forest. Yellow here is the Piri 2, and red is Struggle. Strungle, sorry. These are people I've never played before, but yeah, I don't understand how you play Black Forest and you don't wall here. So yeah, you definitely should wall. Even at this point, I could have, since he doesn't have a wall here, I could still sneak a villager through, just deleting one piece of my wall and then filling it back in on my way out. Anyways, so we'll speed up again. This doesn't really get that interesting until we get to Castle Age. I'm on my way up to Feudal Age now. Everyone else is getting to Feudal Age already. Getting a barracks up, because if I'm going to build stables, I need a barracks first. Okay, so red is walling off, so that's good. He's at least doing it eventually. If it were me and I saw that the other person had walled already, I would be worried that a sneak villager was just chilling somewhere. Because that would be very likely. This would have been a great place to build a secret base, but oh well. I was on the other side here. Alright, on my way up to Castle Age, a little later than I normally would, but again, oh, look at him, he's already in Castle Age, and he has finally walled off this little choke point. Alright, we'll slow this down now that we're in Castle Age here. So, I don't realize at this point that he's walled this off. I still think this is open. In fact, I still think this is open. I don't realize those trees are there. Now we're all in Castle Age. This is normally the point where we start booming, so we focus on our eco, and then get a strong military that we can afford, and then power through these choke points. That's the way Black Forest usually goes, but I'm hoping to surprise my opponent by building some knights, since I'm playing as Franks, by the way. Franks are a good civilization for knights because their cavalry have 20% extra hit points, So they tend to have the best cavalry in the game, or some of the best cavalry. Oh yeah, and Black Forest sometimes has all these extra boars, which is great for getting some extra food. Unfortunately, you have to keep watching it, or else they're just gonna go idle. Alright, so at this point I've still only got one, okay, now I've got a second stable going up here. I still don't realize that this is blocked off, and I'll find that out in a minute. So I'm thinking, sweet, this plan's working perfectly. Building my 2 stables, gonna dump out a bunch of knights, getting some upgrades at the blacksmith, and I don't even have a second TC yet, because I'm focusing so much on... here's my second TC, okay. So I've been in Castle Age probably 5 minutes now, and I haven't had a second TC built. Alright, so let's speed this up a little bit. I definitely need a little more gold here. So Josh is playing as Celts, and he will eventually try to break through here in classic Black Forest fashion. So this is when I noticed that this is actually blocked off. However, I can see that he's chopping these trees, which makes me think he could eventually break through. Now I see the walls here, so there's nothing I can do to get in immediately with these 8 knights. Thankfully, this scout cavalry, which he sent to just bang at this wall and be annoying, thankfully he hasn't noticed my knights here. So yeah, you see he's built a lumber camp, which that is a great place for a lumber camp. But he will eventually cut through there and leave an opening for me. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, now I need to build a siege workshop, break through this wall real quick, and then flood in the knights. And so I'll build a siege workshop and then start building more knights since I have the time. Might as well. Also bringing a barracks just in case I have to face some cavalry of my own, or some enemy cavalry. And I will also soon have enough for a castle, which I'll place, since I see that he's got this lumber camp, I may just surprise all these villagers with my castle. Franks also have cheaper castles, which makes castle drops easier. So Josh is being annoying here with this mangonel, killing the houses of red. Actually, is that affecting him? Let's see. Not quite yet. He's still got plenty here. How's this guy doing? 56 villagers. I've got 60 villagers. That's good. Josh has 74, so he's doing the best on his eco. I tend to struggle on that for some reason. So I've got a ram now. That will allow me to bust through this gate fairly quickly. I also built, or I will build a spearman to go after this scout cavalry, so he doesn't automatically attack my units as they go through. I'm building my 3rd town center, so I'm slowly starting to get that boom going. I really need more gold. I've only got 11 on gold? Have I got 11 on gold? Doesn't seem like it. Where are those other gold villagers? Oh, here's more up here. Okay. They just now got these extra 5 on gold. That'll help. Because siege and knights both take a lot of gold. So he's not attacking anything automatically, so maybe I should not have gone after him. I should have assumed that he was not on an attack stance. Alright, here she goes. She's going to place this castle here. Now, let's watch from Struggle's point of view. Not Struggle. The Piri. So, right now, he's chugging right along. 72 villagers. He does not see this castle coming up. And he did lose his scout, although I don't know if he noticed. It did happen really quickly. So, I need to get my knights out of the way. I'm going to come in through this gate really quickly. I brought a mangonel as well, just in case he had some units behind the gate. So let's see if he notices here. I've got it on view lock, so if he reacts to anything, it'll show us where he's looking. Alright, so his gate's down, and now I'm going to send my knights right in. Alright, so he's noticing, but he's not able to react yet. I've got 14 knights in here, so now he's pulled his villagers into his town centers. How many villagers did he have? He had 73, I think. So we'll watch again, see how many villagers we get out of this initial wave of knights. So he had a pretty good boom going. 73 villagers is a lot, especially for this stage of the game. And notice too, they don't have loom, so they're even weaker. Loom would make these villagers stronger. And I've also got this castle that finally went up. So he went from 73 villagers down to 33, gonna be 32. 32 villagers. So he lost 41 villagers from that first wave of knights. So that's a very successful night rush here. Meanwhile, on the other side, Josh is fighting with the elephants. So elephants are certainly very tanky. 600 HP. That's compared to those villagers which had 25. That's a big difference. I thought I would try to get in here. I didn't realize that it was blocked off. Looks like he just got there right before I did at that gate. I'm slowly losing my knights here just to the town center fire and whatnot. He's gonna try to build some barracks back here, but it's within range of this castle, or pretty close to it anyways. He managed to get some elephants into Josh's base. Wow, okay. So, in theory, pikemen will counter elephants, but as it turns out, you need a lot of pikemen to counter elephants. Elephants do cost a lot of gold, and pikemen don't cost any gold, so that's a good thing, but it's just, you need a large mass of pikemen to counter that. Another strategy is with the monks, and that's what Josh used here. That was pretty successful. He converted one of the elephants, which turned around and fought the other ones. Alright, so he sent some elephants off my way, because I have another wave of knights coming in. I probably had 12 or 14 of them, but look how much these elephants are just killing these knights. So, actually these are elite war elephants, so even stronger. So I'm sending these puny little spearmen, which in theory do counter elephants. I'm going to need a lot more, and I'm going to need to upgrade them to pikemen. I'm going to need to get to Imperial Age and upgrade them to halberdiers. Meanwhile, the Piri 2 is very much struggling. He's only got 25 villagers at this point. So that's a problem. I'm up to 87 villagers, and Josh is 97. Strungle here has 108, so he's doing really well. But yeah, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to give up on this area. I thought that I could, you know, I upgraded to pikemen, so I thought maybe I could take on these elephants, but even as pikemen, they're just not doing anything with these elephants. I am killing more of Yellow's villagers, though, at a time when he doesn't have many. He's down to 20 villagers. That's incredible for this stage of the game, but he's got a strong ally, which is keeping him in the game right now. And over here, red and green are still fighting it out, with more elephants coming that way. Good job with the monks there. Okay, good. He's upgraded to halberdiers. He's gonna find out about this castle soon. Okay. I do try to get a decent mass. This is only 3 elephants, okay? So I figure I've got 7 pikemen in here. No, yeah, 7 pikemen. I have more slowly streaming in from this barracks. I try to get a castle here. Oh goodness, he's gonna lose these trebs. He did get the elephants, but he lost 2 or 3 trebuchets, which is not a good thing. So I don't think this castle, it's not safe. This is probably not the best thing. I'm sending villagers all the way from back home to do that. But okay, so he's got 8 elephants now, so he sent more over. I have to give up on this. I am on my way to Imperial Age, so I did give up on the castle because I saw that these elephants were not... If I tried to get a castle up, the elephants would just crush it before I could, so... Plop a gate down so it will at least block the elephants from making their way into my base. Meanwhile, Josh is making a push on the other side. Running into elephants again. It's really hard to control your units, especially monks, because with monks you have to click each monk and tell it to convert something. Click the next one, tell it to convert something. So it's tough, but he did send some halberdiers, which again, these don't cost any gold, so it's basically free. You can see we're floating a lot of wood and food. That's what these halberdiers cost, so might as well. He's going to lose another trebuchet, but he'll probably get all these knights. I mean, all these elephants. Most of them, anyways. So now building production buildings on the front. He's really good at this. Taking some new territory, building more production buildings so that the next units you create are coming in from this side. I'm not very good at that. In fact, you know, I still have... These are my only production buildings. So I am at least trying to build a castle here. Oh, gonna get that castle trebuchet down, so... Oops. Now I'm finally got 100 villagers. I got some trade going to get some gold. I need to get more halberdiers because I know that the elephant guy is coming around, but I also need to just build up a massive army. My finally building some more houses as well, so I can get more population. Meanwhile, all the action is now on the side, the red and green side. So looks like he did a good job of converting 3 of those elephants. Now he's gonna build a castle inside Red's area. Very good. Hopefully that can go up. It's got so many monks, but it's so hard to use them. Look at all those dead elephants. That's how many halberdiers you need to take on an army of elephants. It's a lot. Meanwhile, this castle's going to be really annoying for Red. I'm finally building more production buildings, building several barracks. This is what I need. Starting to mass the halberdiers. He trebucheted down this castle, which actually, this area is now open, so I could, at least in theory, stream some units in this way, but I decided to go the other way. I'm making some trebuchets as well to start a siege push here. How did this Woad Raider get all the way over here? No one has really picked up any relics in this game. Has Yellow recovered? Let's see, 59 villagers. Okay, he's rebooming. So he was down to 20. That's good on his part. I'm up to 112. So at this point, I'm probably not building any more villagers, but I will. My economy, yeah, it's pretty good. I probably need a little more on food, a little less on wood. Look how much wood I've got. I've got almost 10,000 wood. I don't need that much wood. Turn that into food. Because both these halberdiers and the knights, which I've upgraded to cavalier, I'm researching paladin. Paladin is the strongest in the knight line, and so that will be hard for him to combat. He's building Lytus as Lithuanians, so that's good in that they ignore the armor. So when they fight my paladin, they'll ignore this. They'll ignore the 2+4, or well, the 2+3. Sorry, since they're melee. However, since he's Lithuanians, he really should be getting relics. There's 3 relics, but only 1 they could really access right now. Oh, meanwhile, Josh has sent his pikemen over this way, or halberdiers. And Red hasn't reacted, so these villagers are just dying. Pikemen, or halberdiers, are so easy to kill with arrows, so just garrisoning the TC would kill all these pikemen no problem, but since he didn't see it, he's losing all these villagers, and now he's down to 73 villagers. The end is coming. In fact, now Yellow has almost as many villagers as Red does. But now here comes my attack. Get rid of that trebuchet right away. Gonna treb down this castle, send in the paladin to go after the villagers. So he was sitting at 70 villagers, now he's gonna be finding himself in a position where he's gonna have to reboom again. Alright, Lytus are coming this way. Town Center Fire does very little to Paladin because they have such high Pierce armor. This castle's gone. Got some rams coming in just for good measure. Meanwhile, the pikemen are still going to town on all these buildings, crushing Red's eco. He's still got another wave of elephants coming in here, and it's gonna get this trebuchet, maybe even this castle. So he's gonna lose a lot of this siege, but it's at this point, it's pretty clear that the game will be over soon. These elephants just crush these halberdiers, even though their halberdiers are supposed to at least counter them a little bit. We're going in here, finishing off yellow. Red has given up, and now yellow gave up, and that was the end of the game. So, I think the keys here were, one, Josh did a great job on his side. The red did push into his base a little bit with some elephants, but he was able to defend against it and then push back. Meanwhile, killing 40 villagers at the middle of Castle Age for yellow was really crucial. It took him a long time to get back to where he was, and then he never got to where he could seriously fight again. We'll take a look at the stats. Josh is MVP. Not surprised there. He did a good job on his side. 139.89. The KD is lopsided for green here because he was using halberdiers, which are designed to be cheap and you just spam them and don't mind losing them. Whereas red had a bunch of elephants, which are very expensive, but hard to kill. Economy, green did the best overall, although red also did really well. 20-minute Castle Age for me is not great, but it's right around where everyone else got into Castle Age at this level, so it wasn't too bad. I was delayed by those 2 villagers that were idle through all of Dark Age and a lot of Feudal Age. And only one person got a relic, so... and here's where that fight happened in the middle of Castle Age. Well, I guess it's the late side of Castle Age, but yellow, you see how his economy just went from pretty good to really bad. Just as I flooded in my military units in the dark blue here, just crushed his light yellow economy units. He only barely got back to where he was, started building some military units, but by then it was too late. Josh over here had managed to keep his military numbers up through the entire Imperial Age, which was enough to win the game.